welcome to the Thrill of the Chase. So today we have big founder with us. So tell us about yourself.
Yeah, hi. Hi everyone. I'm Zahir Mohamed and I'm the founder of Baked Hong Kong and Baked Restaurant Group. I'm 37 this year in June, and I'm a self-made businessman.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What drives you to Hong Kong?
To be the best. To be the best, literally.
Wow.
I mean, like in South Africa, it's a great country. I miss it a lot, really, and I'm gonna go back in the next 15 years, at some point, or 20 years, to do something incredible there. But I think Hong Kong happened on a whim because it was such a. It was a place like, you know, when you live in South Africa growing up, it's like you hear about it from the movies. It's like, oh, Hong Kong, like, wow. It's not something I ever dreamed of actually going to, but I ended up here,
Yeah.
and I never left.
Do you not?
No, I never left.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I stayed here for 8 years straight. Yeah, and
Love Hong Kong.
I love it. It's my absolute favorite place on earth, literally, because it's given me so much in a short period of time. I've gained so much wisdom and knowledge here. I've met some incredible people who I absolutely adore. It's just been really insightful, and then also very fruitful. I mean, like, I've gained a lot, lost a lot, and then also like done a lot. It's
What did you gain? What did you lose?
well, I mean, like, just like basically basic stuff, like just along the journey of like being like, you know, like being like an entrepreneur, like basic things that you go through as a journey of like being like someone that is actually self-made. Like, I mean, like, there was many things that I had lost and gained here. I mean, like, when I got here, I had nothing. Like, literally, I had zero money. I had my dignity, my sourdough starter, and my bags.
Really?
You know,
Oh, wow.
and like it was like, okay, go survive. You know, and I was definitely not, like, for me it was about like sink or swim, and I was definitely not going to be like, okay, I'm going back to South Africa with my tail between my legs, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, I didn't even last like a few months. No, fuck no. I was like, hello, high water, this is happening.
You're so determined.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I mean, like, I made it work because I think if you really dedicated to something, right? If you genuinely like dedicated to it, no matter what comes your way, no matter like who is coming to like disrupt you or try to end you, you're never gonna stop. I mean, like, yeah, people will knock you down. They'll be like, yeah, okay, that's it. But no, because like if you're here to stay. And that's the way that I live my life. It's my philosophy. It's the way I operate my business. Like, when I operate my business, I don't operate my business as like, okay, we're doing a 2-year stint or a 1-year stint, or like, I operate a business for longevity. Because like when I see it, I think about it like, okay, this is going to be an addition to the growth process. So like my portfolio of business will grow over the time. Like, keep adding. There will be like diversity between like different things. Like, this is the thing. It's like you build, you grow. Like, if you look at the the founding billionaires of Hong Kong. You know, when they came to Hong Kong, like from China, fuck all.
Yeah.
They came here broke as hell, hustle.
Yeah.
I don't see myself any less than that. I mean, like, my competitors are really much older than me. Like I don't look at any other restaurateurs or restaurant groups and like, oh, okay, yeah, you competition for me. No, no. It doesn't work that way. My vision is global domination. My objective is global, like everything of bake, and like this is a marathon. It's not a sprint, you know. Like I was saying, like if you look at those people and how they came and started, they didn't just one hit wonder. Okay, now they reach. No, it's like look, like Lika Singh, Lau Shauki, those are 90, almost 100-year-olds. They really made their wealth in their 60s, 70s. That's
Yeah.
where they really gained mass amounts of billions.
Yeah.
But to get there is a process. So I know that I am way more effective, and I am sharp, and I am razor sharp. Obviously, like there's been many setbacks and many different things. I mean, I'm doing this on my own. There's nobody, basically, like I don't have investors or anything like that. I bootstrap the hell out of my business. You know, there's no plan B for me. This is plan A, B, and C, and D. There's no plan, okay, if this doesn't work, what am I gonna do? No. I don't think like that. I never think like that. And that's why I think Baked has been a testament to its growth. It is consistently getting better, consistently evolving as a brand into something that is unique and people really they love. You know, I've seen since Soho to where we are right now, I've seen so many families come together. I've seen so many people meet each other and get together. I've seen them have kids. I've seen the kids grow up in front of me. I mean, I've seen the most beautiful things just from being a business owner. And these are memories that I hold with myself indefinitely. And it's something I'm eternally grateful for, because the whole essence behind Baked as a business is that we are about being a centerpiece for people, so people feel confident and comfortable to come to us. They come to hang out, work on their laptop, come with their family, come with their dog, come with their lover, come on their own. You know?
Good.
And I think
Every aspect.
the food that we create, it really connects with people, because I don't just cook for the sake of cooking. I cook because I want people to feel something. I want them to feel nostalgic. I want them to feel like what I felt, for example, when I created the dish. So like there's a thing that we do when we tell people, when we deliver the food to people. It's like we say there's a certain way that you need to eat this dish, for example, for the reason that it's all so special. It's like I created each and every dish on my menu, and then I put my own twist on it, and like I put my own self in it. So like I love to eat with gusto. So like I'm a very fast eater. So like when I eat, like I'm generally never eating with a knife and a fork. It's really like I must be sitting in a very fancy restaurant or something like that, where I would need to follow the sit with a knife and a fork. But I genuinely love eating with my hands. So like I really feel like in my culture, in my religion, well, not that I'm religious, but like from my upbringing, my culture is like we say the sunnah is in the hands, like all the blessing, like all the blessings is in the tips of your fingers. So when you are eating and blessing yourself at the same time.
Right.
So like this is something that I've really carried through with myself. Even though I'm not religious, I'm very spiritual. But even though there's so many different things from my upbringing that I've always kept with me. I might not be a practicing Muslim or Arab, but I am a very philosophical, very spiritual character. The older I've become, the more quiet I've become, which is brilliant. Because like when I was young, I was very loud, like very like out there.
Yeah.
And then like my grandfather, he was very quiet.
Right.
And I always wondered, why does this man not ever speak? But like, the thing is, like, I've realized when I got older, like the older I became, the more I thought about, like, you know,
Quiet.
pulling
Yeah.
pulling yourself towards yourself and centering yourself a little bit more, doing things that really matter, being around people that really matters. You know, I know so many people, but I can tell you on my one hand how many people I will be around. Like, my closest friend is one person.
Oh, who's that?
He's my best friend. He's a Korean guy.
Right.
And yeah, he's my closest friend. And then like my wife. But
You have two.
yes, yes. But the thing is, like, I'm not someone that needs to be around a lot of people. I'm very independent. Like, and that's how I think it's very important for me. I have my team, my team of people who work
Very good.
very
Yeah.
closely with, and I consistently mentor all of them and tell them how I want everything to be.
Yeah.
And I explain the knowledge, they explain the vision of my business to everybody consistently in my team, so that they can have a very good understanding of how they need to carry themselves in my business, and then also what is really essential, because I don't want anybody standing on my floor, working on my floor, working in my kitchen, misrepresenting my vision. I've made those mistakes and they have been not good for the business. So I think it's been very important for me to really focus on like how to make my team better first. So my team gets better, I get better, everybody gets better, we move like a force that moves forward, you know. And I think that's the beauty of doing what I do, because nothing came easy. Everything was very challenging. Everything was really hard work. There was no easy ride for me. And that's why I know I'm going to be everything that I desire for myself and that I set out for myself. Like all the Guaylo, for example, that come to Hong Kong, who work in F&B, for example, or any other industry, they come here with a job. Or they come here because they've worked in New York, or they've worked in Paris in a 3 Michelin star restaurant, and they've worked in London, so they have like all these track records of Michelin stars and Swiss schools, hotel schools. I've got nothing of that, and I have had extreme rejection from everyone. Extreme rejection. Nobody wanted to hire me in this town when I came here. They were like, "Who are you? We don't know you. Sorry. Can you please? We don't do visas."
I think lots of people having some, they issue visa for, say, foreigner, like.
Yeah, but when I came here in 2016,
They don't do that?
there was nobody that was willing to give me a shot.
Right.
Nobody. I'm talking about like all the big restaurant groups,
Yeah.
all of them. Now, they all know who I am, and they all.
Came to you say, oh,
Yeah.
would you like to come to work for us?
No. But they all know that I'm a serious contender, and that's the thing. Like, I don't fuck around. I do what I want. I say what I want. I take what I want, and I am who I am. And I'm not scared of nobody. I'm not scared of nobody here. No matter how big or strong they might think they are, they won't stand a chance.
I wonder, like, when you said you first came to Hong Kong, you applied jobs, they all reject you. So how do you begin your?
Well, I mean, I had to become creative. You know, I had to go and sit in LKF and like be a weird guy. Like literally go to people and be like, "Hey, I'm a chef.
Right.
Can I come and cook at your house? I buy all the ingredients, and then if you like it,
Oh, that
you
is
can
so
tip me."
weird.
And people was like, "Oh, that's are you serious?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm serious." And yeah, people were like, "Wow, okay."
So
And
you
I
start
would,
from cooking.
yes, and I would go to people's houses and then they would tip me
Uh-huh.
because they would eat the food and be like, fuck, this is super delicious.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, I've not been to one person's house that said to me my food wasn't good. They all loved it and then like all tipped big time because the food was really delicious and it was like every house that I went to was like, okay, this is my shot. I'm not going to fuck it up.
Right.
I'm going to cook my heart out, literally. And that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. This was my last meal. I'm going to make sure that it literally blows people away. And that's what it did. It did that. So like everything that I've manifested for myself, everything that I've set out for myself, I've achieved and more. And like the other day I was looking like a month ago, I was looking at, I found a book. It was like a black book that I used to write in. And then in the book was the cover that I wrote this poem. And it was, I was like, wow. And then when I paged to the second page, and then it was the list of all the stuff that I had said I was going to do
Right.
from 2017.
Wow.
And then like when I was here, I achieved all of those things and even more than that.
Amazing.
And then I was like, wow, I just sat there and cried because I was like really like, fuck, this is incredible. You know, like people are so quick to say what they don't have and what they are short of. But if people actually take the time to really go down memory lane or actually sit down and think about all the things that they have achieved, or whether it's big or small, it's minor things or big things, if they have taken the time to appreciate those things, there's so much more that they can gain from life. Because it really does start with the appreciation of everything that you have, even if you're really struggling, even if you're really down and out. But if you still can give thanks for the fact that you can see, walk, talk and breathe, then those are things that is enough to drive someone forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these were part of the lessons that I've really learned here in Hong Kong, and I think that's why my thanks is so and my gratitude is so big for Hong Kong, because it's taught me so much about spirituality. It's taught me so much about like Buddhism, which is something that I've learned here, and like I've really learned softness in Hong Kong, because when I got here I was very rough. Like I was very rough around the edges, very aggressive, very like just like overall like very raw, you know.
Okay, what happened to you? Like suddenly like get soft.
Well, I mean, like first of all, I think like I found love, yeah.
Oh, your wife.
Yeah, and then I think also like it's about like the fact that like I was actually on my own, like actually like really on my own. There was no like there was no soft landing. So like inner peace and inner love and self-love really had to come into the picture in order for me to really evolve. Because they're like, you know, I tell you, like I think I've struggled here in Hong Kong more than most people. I won't say more than everyone because that would be a lie. But coming into Hong Kong was very difficult. When I got here, I obviously had no money and I was on a tourist visa. And then like I needed to survive, obviously. I ran out of money pretty quickly because I didn't understand the concept of how quick money would go in Hong Kong. Like because I was so used to having money running my business in South Africa. So like when I came here, the rand and the Hong Kong dollar is like 2.25. It's $2.25 for one South African rand. So like it didn't really take me very far, you know. I got like 50k, and that 50k lasted me less than a month.
Okay.
And then I was broke, and then it was really survival of the fittest. You know, I stayed in Tama Park in a typhoon tent. Yeah, it was really hectic.
In the park?
Yeah, in Tama Park,
Is
under
that-
the bridge.
Oh my god.
You know, like it
Homeless?
was really, yeah. I was homeless at one point. You know, like it was really hectic. I had nowhere to go. I just had my bags and my starter. And it was like, okay, like how do you survive in a place you've never
Yeah,
been to
no.
before?
Yeah.
And you have to basically make it work. I tell you, I cried like I've never cried before. Because like I was just like on my own, there's nowhere to go. Everywhere I look is just like, it was hard. It was really hard.
How did you get through that? From homeless to now?
Well, I mean, like hard work and dedication. It's like when you're sitting there and you've lost all your dignity, basically. You're sitting there in the rain, the wind, everything's battering you, you've got no more self-esteem left, and you're just sitting there. I tell you, like, there's one thing that happens to you if you're really serious about life, and it's like grit. And that's one thing that most people don't have. It is grit.
Ah.
And like I tell you, no matter how many times someone beats you, you will get up. Or no matter how many failure you have, you will get up. I think grit has taken me from the lowest low to the highest high. I mean, like honestly, once I've achieved once I've gone through all of those things, and then I've gone through towards like making some money, started earning some money, and then like going towards opening baked, you know. I got married, and then I had 500k of cash,
Yeah.
like, and I took the shop in Soho. I didn't even walk inside. And I said, I'll take it. The agent was like, sir, what are you doing? You know, you need to look inside first. I said, I don't care. I'll take the shop. She said, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm very sure.
It is very crazy.
And then I took the shop, and then I didn't have any contractor or any money for like not money for contractor, but I didn't know who was the contractors.
Yeah.
So I went to Shanghai Street, and then I found an AC contractor that robbed me big time. and then I bare shell the shop myself. I watched
It's meant to
YouTube.
yourself?
Yes,
Oh.
I watch YouTube,
Yeah.
and then I see how you do it in the hot summer. I'm dismantling and sweating like crazy. And then I bare shell the shop, and then I find a guy who do woodwork,
Right.
another guaylo, and then he make for me the table, the bar counter, and the chairs. And then I go to Shanghai Street and I buy the fridges, and then they put the AC in for me, and I apply for the license, and they rob me big time. Everybody robbed me big time. And then because obviously I know nothing, right?
So rare, honestly, doing it by yourself.
And then-
Find the woodwork yourself, dismantle yourself.
And then I open the shop, and then I have no customers, like no customers.
Really? I
Yeah.
remember when you opened, it was popular.
No, no.
2008.
No,
I've
no,
been
no,
there.
no. You came after 6 months
Did I?
when
Oh,
when the queue started.
ah.
But for the first 4 or 5 months, I made no money. I made like $2,000 a day, $1,000, $500 a day some days. And then like I was really in shit. I was like, fuck. Oh, I was just,
Must be so
and
stressed.
yeah, super stressed. And then you know the one article, the what was it?
Channel?
No, Apple Daily.
Right. Ah, okay.
They make an article about me.
Right.
Yeah, next day, the fucking long queue outside my house. I was like, whoa, what the fuck's going on here? I never see so many people. You know, like outside my restaurant, I always manifest like I'm gonna have a queue. You know, when I was busy working to get to like opening up bake, when I was like walking around in the day, I would walk past all the busy places that have a queue outside,
Right.
and I would like tell myself, yeah, one day that's gonna be you. Like I would just talk
did
to
it.
myself, and then like really is like that. And then when I see the queue outside my shop, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Whoa! It's like, whoa, that's insane. I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then like, yeah, I was like, wow, this is insane. And then the queue never stopped. It just kept coming.
Yeah.
And then like article after article came, and then more busy and more busy. And like in COVID, when COVID came, everybody was quiet. And then like baked was having a queue.
Yeah.
I was having
I
a
remember
queue.
that, yeah.
People were sitting on the streets working, eating their food, and like all the guys from the restaurant industry were coming to take photos outside Baked to say, what the fuck are you doing? Are you putting drugs in the food? Because like people are coming here but the restaurants are empty. And then I was like, no, it's just the vibe. You know, it's the vibe, because I think vibe is very important. And like the food is always excellent. And like, yeah, I think it's just like that, you know. It's about like performance and like how much you really want what you want, you know. But if you want it bad enough, you'll get it. So that's just the thing.
You're so driven.
Well, I think you have to be. I think you have to be if you want to be the best. You can't be the best and not be driven. I think you'll be making a big fool of yourself.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Okay, can you tell me, like, how would you stay competitive?
Well, competitive in what sense?
Your business, your food, your menu.
Well, honestly, like I don't really follow what other people are doing. I've never been that person. I don't look at what other restaurants are doing because I'm not a copycat. Second of all, I also,
Regional.
yeah, I think a testament to the success of Baked has always been for its unique character, the names on my menu,
Yeah.
the names of the dishes, the way I call my name, the dishes, the way I create the dishes, the way I present it. It's all unique. It's not like what anybody else is doing. If anybody else is doing it, they're copying what we are doing. It's that simple. I don't look at myself as like, oh, I need to look at what that business is doing because they are also doing breakfast or whatever, or pizza or whatever. I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah.
What I do is I focus on myself. I focus on myself and how I can get better. And then after that, I focus on my team and making sure these guys are excellent. Then after that, we make sure that the food and the experience that we give is outstanding, so that like people keep coming for it. So in this restaurant, for example, you'll see the same people over and over and over because they keep coming. Then they bring their friends, then they bring their family, then they bring like the boyfriend or the girlfriend, or like they just come on their own. But this is the vibe of Baked, because it's like, and it's like the residents of the area, they really love the space. They really love what we do. So like they keep coming, and that for me is winning. That for me is like, okay, like yes, I'm winning. I have a full restaurant. I have a restaurant that people really enjoy. I have a restaurant that people really love, and they
Yeah.
keep coming for the food. And we are constantly upkeeping the menu, like with dishes that are creative and that are an extension of who I am. Because all of these dishes are an extension of who I am. None of them are some dish I just found online and like I put it on my menu because it's trending. No. If anything starts trending from here, it's because it's really good. That's why. So like, this is the way that I've always operated, and I continue to operate. Obviously, like I'm always learning. I'm evolving every day. I don't say I know everything because there's very much more I still need to learn in the world and in life. I'm only 36 years old, but the thing is, like, yeah, there's lots of room for growth, and there's lots of opportunities out there that I'm still ready to calling my way, just a matter of time.
What advice would you give to the people who would like to be an entrepreneur?
Well, I mean, like, I don't want to sugarcoat it for you, but really it's like eating fucking glass. So, like, I don't want to give you false hope and think that you're going to become rich overnight, because it's not going to happen. Like, what I can tell you is that if you have a burning desire to be something, to do something for yourself, you have to do it. Whether you're going to fall and fail many times, but you have to keep getting up. You have to keep getting up and you keep going. Because success only breeds from numerous amounts of failure. I fail all the time. And I think that's what's important. If you're not failing, you need to worry. Because, like, this is the thing. Because, like, it's really about, like, following your passion and then going for it all in. Like, there's gonna be setbacks. And that's the one thing that you need to be prepared for. And people who want to be entrepreneurs, they need to understand that. Because most entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are going into business, leaving their C-suite job and their nice paycheck to go and work for themselves, do that on the basis of, no, I don't want to work for a boss anymore. I can do this and make some money. Half the time they fail, or 90% of the time they fail, because first of all, the intention is wrong. The intention is wrong. The intention needs to be really right. You need to set a clear intention. Okay, look here, I'm going out right now. I'm going to start my business. I'm going to do everything that is going to align me with that. Then you like basically do research on like the steps of setting up a business, going to set up your company account, and then making sure that you have like a really burning desire. I wouldn't say an education. Education is not really something that helps you in a small business at all. No matter if you have an MBA, I have an MBA, it's been absolutely pointless in my business. Absolutely pointless. The thing is, MBA really only becomes effective once you move into a medium to large scale corporation. Your business moves out of a SME into a medium-sized business, from medium-sized business to you're bordering going on like public stuff like that. That's when it really is effective. Other than that, the knowledge that you learn in your business is basically from failing. So you make lots of mistakes, and you should be very grateful for those mistakes, because they will really teach you something very important for your journey. Every part of mistake that you make is a lesson that will take you further. So like, the thing is, there's no shortcuts to success. There is no shortcut to it. Maybe you are rich, or you have a rich father, and your father give you like $5 to $10 million and say go and start a business, and then you run that business and you hire a whole bunch of people to do that business. But after 2 years you fail because you run out of cash. Not because of anything, but it's because your university degree didn't give you the experience, and then second of all, you don't have the real love and desire for it, so you fail. But if you really love that business, whether you are rich or poor, you will see it through and you will take it to new heights. There's been many people that have done that. So this is my message to budding entrepreneurs, is really have a serious love for what you want to do. It needs to like burn in your core here almost, You must lose sleep about it, and then that's when you know, okay, I'm really ready for this right now. This is what I need. You don't need anything else. You don't really need money. You don't really need education. You just need to have a real serious desire to want to achieve your goal. And that will bring everything else to you. Money, contacts. Yeah, if you really focus on your product and you focus on what you are doing, Khalas. You know? It's perfect. And then like everything will fall into place for you over time. And this is the thing. But it is not a quick fix. It is a journey. And like, yeah. I mean, like most people, they see businesses when they're ready to IPO or they're basically blowing up overnight. So like they see the last 2 years or year before they blow up, but they don't see the 20 other years that they've been struggling.
True. Yeah.
You know? So like those are the things. When people say like overnight success, you don't know what happened for the previous like 15 years. You don't know. You know?
True.
So yeah, this is the thing. It's like this.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Zahir, for like giving us advice on entrepreneur and sharing his journey for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.